Let's look at number 11 here. So I've got the binomial 4a minus 1, and we're to the fourth power. So I'm going to go to row 4 of Pascal's triangle. And this is on your blue reference sheet, Pascal's triangle. But I'm going to write down the first few rows of Pascal's triangle here. Remember, this is row 0. So we need row 4. So this would be row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So I need this row right here. So let's write down the numbers from Pascal's triangle. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Now, the first problem I did, there was a plus sign in the middle. I want you to notice this one has a minus sign. Instead of thinking of that as -1, we've kind of simplified things for you, and we're going to tell you that when there's a minus sign in the binomial, that signs are going to alternate on the terms, and you're always going to start with a positive first term. So this 1 will be positive, which means then the 4 is going to have a negative, then it's going to alternate back to a positive, then a negative, and then a positive. So again, the minus sign in the middle, right here, means signs are going to alternate starting with a positive. So put the signs on. Now I go to my first term, which is 4a. So I come right here, and I'm going to write 4a. And when there's a number in a variable, I like to put it in parentheses. And we start with the first term, we start with the power of 4. Then on this one, I'm going to have my 4a to the third power. On this one, I'm going to have my 4a to the second power. This one's going to be 4a to the first, and then 4a to the 0. Okay? Now we go to the second term. We've already taken care of the sign, so we're going to think of that as +1 right now. So this first one is going to be 1. Now it's just a number, so you don't have to put parentheses around it, but you could. And we're going to raise that. We're going to start at 0, so a 0 exponent, and we're going to work our way up. This would be 1 to the first, 1 to the second, 1 to the third, 1 to the fourth. Now you got to simplify each term. I'm going to take care of my 1 to the 0, that's just 1. Over here on that last term, 4a to the 0 is going to be 1 also. So now let's look at what we have right here. I've got 1 times 1 times 4a to the fourth. So I need to take 4 to the fourth and a to the fourth. And 4 to the fourth power is 256. So that's going to be 256 and then a to the fourth. Now I go to my next term. And I've got 4a cubed right here. So I have to cube 4, and I have to cube a. So 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4, so that's 64 a cubed. Now I need to multiply this 64 by my 4 from Pascal's triangle here, and if I do that, I get 256, and notice our signs are alternating here, so this would be 256, and we're at a cubed on this term. Now I go to the next one. I have 4a squared, so I square the 4 and square the a, that's 16a squared. 1 squared is 1. So I'm going to multiply my 6 from Pascal's triangle times my 16 times my 1. So that's going to be 96. And we're at a squared on this term. Now I do 4a to the first, which is just 4a. 1 cubed is just 1. So I have 4 times 4a times 1, which is minus 16a. And then this last term, my 4a in parentheses to the 0, I already placed with a 1. 1 to the fourth power is 1, So I have 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. And there is my answer to that problem.